guys, it is Janya, and welcome back to the channel. Today I am back within the speed build, and we're creating a 2 to 3 bedroom family house, and it's kind of summer inspired. I'll get back to that in a minute. And I say it's 2 to 3 because it's definitely 2 bedrooms, but there is a office-ish area on the first floor that could totally be transformed into a bedroom, so if you need 3 bedrooms, this house will work. You just have to add a bed to that room and delete all the other stuff. So 2 to 3. And it also has a pretty big backyard, and it's built on a pretty big lot, so it has tons of space to expand if you'd like to. Now, it's summer themed, but I actually posted about this on Twitter. I sat down and was like, okay, Tanya, since you have barely done this since Seasons comes out, we're going to sit down, and for once, you're not going to build in summer. I mean, you're going to build it in summer, but you're going to build it. And it's going to be a winter home. And we're going to take all the screenshots in winter, and you're going to decorate for Christmas, and it's going to be beautiful. And I built a summer house. So, sorry. I keep doing this. I should be building more winter stuff because Seasons came out, and I'm excited about it. But every time I go to build, I build in summer. I don't know why. I think it's because I feel like the houses that I built in summer that are meant for, can be used for any time of the year, but the ones that I have winter in mind, I'm like, oh, they look kind of out of place, not in winter or something. I don't know. I don't know what the reason is. Hopefully, I will be doing a winter one very soon. I've been looking at inspiration pics. I keep doing it, but every time I do it, I sit down and I built the summer house. So, hopefully there will be a winter build sometime soon. Maybe there already was this week. I don't know. I don't know when I'm uploading this. I'm in a, pile of pre-recording right now for the convention I'm going to. So we shall see. I really want to build something in the winter, and it just keeps not happening, and it just makes me kind of sad. So this is very similar to the shape that the house ends up being. I think it is the exact shape, other than the back. I don't know why, but I always build the back of the house afterwards. I was like, make the front look good, and then we'll add something to the back. It's always what I do. But I actually changed the windows on the top floor in the front to different windows, which I thought looked nicer. And they're ones I don't use very often. And I tried a bunch of different chimneys up here. This is the one I ended up using, but I changed the color of it closer to the end of the video to a different swatch. But I thought it was pretty cute. And we do have obviously there's a chimney. There's a fireplace in the dining room. I swear, the more I do voiceovers, the more I can't speak. And I feel like everyone says that, but I literally can't think of words. This happens in everyday life, too. I can't remember things all the time, and it just gets progressively worse. And it's just certain words, and I get so upset. And then, building things in The Sims and deciding to record it and upload it and talk about it for however many minutes, in this case, 17. And I, miserably fail and can't think of simple words that I use on an everyday basis. And you guys get to listen to it. So I thank you for cooperating with me on that regard. But yeah, so this is pretty much the shape of the house. I think I move over the roof piece a little bit. The one that's taller than the rest, that's kind of covering a lot. I don't know if that's a very clear descriptive. Wait, I don't know what I'm talking about. But the one that meets up with the top roof but is on the second floor, we moved that over a little bit, and I actually really liked how that came out. And I think it's really realistic to houses I see in real life, where on one side it's the roof is even, and on the other side it goes way farther down. And I haven't done that in The Sims before, so I decided to do that today, and I think it's pretty cute. I feel like it makes the house look a little bit smaller on the outside than it actually is. And it's what? This has pretty spacious rooms. And I don't know. I feel like this is a house that, to me at least, looks realistic to houses I've seen in real life. That's kind of what I was going for. And, family home. And I like family homes. And right before this, I had built the, what's it called? The garden shop. And I feel like that's a realistic garden shop, but I wanted to make a home because I know I build a lot of family homes, and then when I do that, people ask me to build other things. But as soon as I build something that's not a house, I immediately want to build 10 houses. And I don't know why that is. I think it's because I use the houses way more often because, your Sims have to live somewhere. And so I enjoy making them more because there's all the different rooms and, requirements. A house needs, bathrooms and bedrooms and kitchen and dining room and all of these things that, are required in a house. Whereas like other places, you're like, well, it's like whatever you want. You're probably not making a kitchen in a club. I mean, you could, but you're probably not your students aren't gonna use it. Or like, if you are making a kitchen in a different kind of lot, maybe you're in a restaurant, it's not gonna look like the kitchen that you would have in a house, most likely. And that's kind of the majority of stuff we have. Oh, I also have this, I talked right through it, that pathway with all these little dirt, those are not dirt, all those little stone slabs. And I don't know why. It takes me so long to place them because I always feel like I place them weird and they don't look right. And I've seen other people do it and theirs always look really nice. So I don't know. I think it looks okay. I think it could look better. If anyone has any tips on placing those to make them look a little bit nicer, let me know. I used a lot of them in this build because I thought it looked nice. And I've had fully embraced, okay, this is a summer build at this point in time. Earlier, I had not embraced it yet. It was just like, it needs to be a winter build. Why isn't it a winter build? What is wrong with me? And I fully embraced the summer now. I mean, at least in this build, not in real life. I am kicking and fighting and wishing summer didn't exist currently in real life. The last couple of weeks, I have battled 100-degree weather, which I believe is almost, like, if you don't use Fahrenheit, if you're from another part of the world, that's like around 38 degrees Celsius. So it's been pretty warm. And incredibly humid. It's been like 91% humidity, so it's just like, I don't want to go outside. My AC is on blast. I can't breathe. So I'm very much excited for fall. Every time I say that to somebody, though, they're like, what is wrong with you? Why don't you like summer? What? And I'm just like, summer is, I don't like burning. And I'm very, very pale, and no matter what sunscreen I wear, if I go outside, I turn into a lobster immediately. I also will start sweating just standing still, no matter the temperature. If it's above 70 degrees, I'm just like, it's too hot, I'm dying. I don't like the summer. I never have. I really like the fall. Winter's pretty nice too. And I say all that, and yeah, I keep building summer houses. I really, I mean, I could build any house and just take the pictures in fall, and that's fine. But I feel like before it's like months away from when seasons came out, maybe I should do like a build that's like, this is a summer house, which I guess that's what this one is. I named it Summer Cottage, so this is the summer house. I should probably make autumnal house, although I guess I did that with the house I made for seasons. Okay, so those two are done. I need a spring house and I need a winter house. So back on the whole, I need winter. Although a spring house wouldn't be too much different than a summer house. So back on just winter. I need to build a winter house. If anyone has any tips or any ideas or any inspiration photos, please link those to me on Twitter. My Twitter is linked in the description below. All of my social media is there, but I primarily only use Twitter. Every once in a while, people message me on my Facebook page there, and I don't really use it that often. I just still have it, so it's still linked, and I'll occasionally post things on there, but I don't use it very often because I don't use Facebook in general very often anymore. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are like that. At least the people I know in real life, they just kind of stopped using Facebook at some point, and I'm one of them. So follow me on Twitter. I'm just plugging my social media right now. Not meaning to. But if you have anything you think would look really cool in The Sims and want to send me inspiration, I'm not guaranteeing I will get to everything. But if you're like, oh, this would be really cool to see, and you want to send me something, that'd be awesome. We're sectioning off the kitchen here because I thought the island would look better sectioned off, and I don't section off dining and kitchen areas very often, and I thought it would be kind of nice to do that. So we end up having a small table in the kitchen area and then a bigger table out into the dining room, and I thought it would be nice. And I also kind of thought about adding like a little window type thing there, having the half wall, but I didn't like how it was like directly against the wall in the other room. There wasn't like another wall on the other side of it. I don't know if that makes sense, if you can visualize it, what have you, but there was a reason that I didn't do that. I also used the light wood flooring and the light wood cabinets in here from Jungle Adventure because I was trying to make everything light and airy with like pops of color here and there because, summer, I don't know a lot about summer, even though I live it every year. I don't like it, so I try to ignore it. But I build everything in summer in The Sims because that's all we've had up until last month, so I can't help myself. And I guess it's just like making something that's supposed to be summer themed is difficult, but just building a general house, I'm like, oh, that's cute. And I guess that's kind of what this house is. It's a general house, but I made it like yellow on the outside, so I was like, this is a summer house. So that's my reasoning behind that one. We're going to add the table and chairs over here now. And in here, we used I think those chairs are from Jungle Adventure, and the table, at least in the dining room, is from Parenthood. I try to name out where some things are from, sometimes just because I have some personal favorites, and I know some people are like, oh, I like that, but what is that from? Because you might not own all the packs. So when I think of it, I try to name some of those things. So I also really love that side table I just added that has plates and stuff in it that came with seasons. It's so pretty. I added a lot of cabinetry stuff like that and just changed the floor. And I also use these rugs from Laundry Day. I never use them. And I used 2 of them. I don't know if those woven rugs are a summery thing, but in my head I was like, this looks like summer to me. I don't know. It's just what pops into my head, and I make the connection at that point in time, and then I use it. So hopefully it works. If it doesn't, I apologize. But I think it'll work. Also, what color did it? I used a lot of this throughout the house. Like the white paneling up to like a third of the wall, and then like painting elsewhere. I'm trying to think. I don't think I have a blue room. Oh wait, both of the bathrooms are blue. But the rest of the house is not. I made sure it wasn't. We have like, I think a green office, a lot of brown around. Oh, wait. The couches in the living room are blue, but the walls are not. The walls are orange, which is kind of or like a peachy orange, which is kind of a weird living room color, but I thought it was nice, and it matched the cushions on the couch, so that's what we went with. And then the bedrooms upstairs, one of them is like brown, and the other one is pink. I've been making master bedrooms brown lately. I think it's because of the new swatches we got on the beds. Also, I used the single bed with the canopy that I forgot to use in my 7-bedroom house last week. So I was excited about that. Or 2 weeks ago? Oh gosh, I'm so confused. Pre-recording gets me really confused. I don't know when this is going up. I think it's 2 weeks ago. The spacious family home house. Yeah, that one. I was just like, I can't believe I forgot to use the bed. It's amazing. So I used 2 of them here. I have a kid's room that has 2 beds in it. So I said that this had 2 beds. It has 2 bedrooms, but it technically has 3 beds. And I could make it 4 bedrooms, so it could technically have 4 beds, but it would only be 3. I don't know. Am I supposed to list the amount of beds that are in the house or the amount of bedrooms that are in the house? That's the confusing part. I guess the same thing could go for bathrooms. Like, am I listing how many toilets are in the house? Because, like, I've seen places that have 2 toilets. I mean, most places when there's that, it's like a toilet and a bidet. But I've seen places that have 2 toilets and there's just a little wall separating them and they're both toilets. So, I have no idea. It's kind of weird. So, I don't know. Is that supposed to... Are you supposed to list how many beds or how many bedrooms? Never really understood that. I always list the amount of bedrooms, but I guess it could be how many beds. How do you guys do it when you upload things to the gallery or save them to your library? Do you count it by bedrooms or just how many beds in general? I've said the word beds so many times. If anyone counts out how many times I said beds, please let me know how many times I said beds. But we added a keyboard over here because I thought that would be nice. Like, the kids could play some keyboard and stuff. And I don't know, I had a keyboard like that growing up, and it was just in our living room. So I thought that would be nice. And then this is a little office area. I have, like, a bookcase. I also add a little place for kids to do homework. And I think more bookcases. And I come back later. I don't think I do it on camera, but I add the kitty litter box in here because I also added, like, a cat tree and some food bowls and such. And I was like, I didn't add a kitty litter, so I added that. And, yeah, there's a couple of things I add later, and then I can't remember if I recorded. Like, I added laundry baskets to the different rooms because I added a, like, laundry room towards the end of this build, and I was like, oh, I hadn't added any laundry baskets. Oops. And there's no, a lot of times when I add laundry, I'll add, like, a drying rack outside, or a clothesline. That's the word I was looking for, but I didn't in this. I just have a washer and dryer, but that's an easy add if you have laundry day. Yeah. I don't know. I really like having the clothing lines, even though I know a lot of people don't use them anymore, or I don't know. I had one growing up at one point in time, and then we got rid of it, and we just had the washer and dryer, so I just like adding them. I think it looks nice. I like the idea of you drying your clothes, and then all of a sudden there's downpour because of seasons. Like, I like weird things like that. Mild inconveniences for your Sims are somehow fun. I don't know why they're fun, but they are fun. So I used this bed again from Seasons, and I put it back in the brown swatch. I've used it in the brown swatch a couple of times because I feel like a lot of the swatches are really strange, but I do like the bed. So I've been doing a lot of brown master bedrooms. Hopefully I'll get away from that soon and I'll have a different color to use. I just get stuck on the new beds for a while and I don't know. And like the single bed that I end up using, like I hadn't used before, so I feel like that one was okay. But I keep using the new double beds. Although this one I don't like as much. The other bed that has like the blanket on it that like hits the floor and it's beautiful and has all the pillows on it. I love the other bed that came with season so much, but I feel like I use it too much, so I used to this one. But I'm gonna have to stop using both of them soon. But I'm probably going to keep using the other one a lot. And this one. This single bed is so pretty. So I got 2 different swatches of it. I think they're the same wood color. They might be slightly different, but I felt like they went really well together for 2 beds in this room, but they're different. So maybe both kids in here don't have the exact same bedspread because I don't know how realistic that is. I mean, I guess maybe some kids do if you shared a room, but I shared a room with my sister at one point in time. We did not have matching bedspreads. That would have never happened, ever. So I wanted to give these kids a little bit of their own personality, but of course, like, they can still match a little bit, make the room a little bit cohesive. I think they have similar style. They just have their own bedspreads, which I think is incredibly, like, reasonable. So that's what I did, and just adding some curtains and stuff in here, covering up that little window. What else do I add? A mirror. I add a little stand in front of their beds that has a TV on it. There's a TV in this room and in the bedroom and downstairs because it's a modern day family and everyone has a TV in their room. I couldn't deal without a TV in my room. I actually need the noise and the light from the TV to sleep. I have so much trouble sleeping in a completely quiet, dark room. I don't know how many people relate. I know that's a thing a lot of people have a problem with, but I know there's tons of people who are like, oh no, I need complete silence and darkness to sleep. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I could never. Like, I just won't fall asleep. We're adding a laundry room up here. I thought about just sectioning off with like a little bit of wall, but we end up cutting it off completely and putting an archway here to go ahead and just kind of it's a separate room, but it's like not that separate. And I think it's kind of cute in the end. Very simple, uses the same tiling the kitchen downstairs uses. We also add a rat cage in here, which is kind of a strange thing to go ahead and add in a laundry room, but it's where it fit. Anyway, thank you guys so very much for watching. If you liked this, please consider subscribing to the channel. You can also turn on those notifications to be notified of every time I upload a video. And yeah, I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.